and whoa, I need long time everybody. Welcome to the 8th day of the 12th day of fried rice. My name is Brandon, the Gunpla Chef. Today, we will be cooking yet another Chinese dish. This time, we will travel to the far southwestern province of Sichuan to cook ourselves the famous and delicious Mapo Tofu. Unlike the day 2 and day 4 recipe, which was just normal recipe paired up with the fried rice, today we will try our hand on the proper food-based dish, combining two dishes into one. This is the Mapo Tofu Fried Rice going in. Starting off with the usual cutting of our garlic, shallot and ginger. We will need to cut a lot of garlic and shallot today. One will be used for the Mapo Tofu and the other for the fried rice itself. As always, remember to dice everything into small pieces. Introducing our tofu to the cutting board. This is the common supermarket tofu that is sold here in Finland, and while it is decent, I highly recommend that you find your hands on these Asian market tofu instead. It is better than the former in both texture and taste. Add the tofu on top of paper towel and pat them gently to remove the excess liquid inside of them and set them aside for 10 minutes to dry. Once they are dry, we will cut up our tofu using the sharpest knife we have. We want to cut them into small square cubes, but make sure to be very careful in this step to not break the tofu. We want to preserve the shape of our tofu, not only to enhance flavor, but also to make the cooking process easier. If you are trying to cook traditional Mapo tofu, then this tofu here on the table is totally acceptable. But if you want to further enhance the flavor, then I think it is time for another cooking lesson.
It is time for yet another Basics in Asian Cooking for White People. Today's topic, how to make crispy tofu. First, we will crack 2 eggs into a bowl and stir them until the egg yolk and white are mixed together. Then, into that same bowl, we will submerge our tofu. We'll set it aside for a few minutes so the tofu can soak in all of that egg flavor. While waiting, we'll be mixing some cornstarch, salt, and pepper together with some breadcrumb to create our special coating blend. After it is done, we take out the tofu from the egg bowl and carefully coat every side with the special coating. We drop them into our hot pan that has a lot of oil already, where we will proceed to give them a deep fry. You want to wait until their color is yellow-brownish before taking them off from the pan. Make sure not to put too much into the pan at once, as you should do this process slowly. Once all the tofu is cooked, transfer them into a plate with a paper towel placed under them to soak out all of that oil. You don't want to end up like this grossly overweight fella, am I right? And that is how to make crispy tofu. This is Sir Thomas Sable, signing off.
Into our hot pan, we add in our garlic, shallot and ginger, and then add a few teaspoons of our lau gang ma chili oil. Mix and stir them together until you can smell the awesome aroma. Now add in our minced meat and cook it until golden brown. We will then add in our tofu and give them a stir. To create the signature Mapo Tofu, you will need this here, Mapo Tofu sauce. There are plenty of brands of Mapo Tofu sauce, but make sure to go with the Lee Kum Ki for that optimal taste. I think 2 teaspoons will be plenty enough for this recipe. We will also add in 1 tablespoon of soy sauce and sprinkle black pepper. We will give them a mix to incorporate them together. Now, the original recipe calls for a full cup of water or chicken stock to make a wet and moist Mapo tofu. But since we are going to make a fried rice dish, any form of excessive liquid would be a terrible mistake.
Just like the day 6 recipe, right, Chef?
Oh, how embarrassing.
There. It's not that bad. Your daddy will still love you.
Really, Daddy?
Yes. Now kiss it.
With that being said, we only add just a 1/4 cup of water mixed with cornstarch into this pan, just so that it helps dissolve the seasoning into the meat and tofu. Stir everything together again until this delicious looking and thick sauce is formed. We transfer everything into a plate and set them aside. Reheat the pan again and add in our new set of garlic and shallot. Stir fry for a while before adding in our leftover jasmine rice and some sesame oil. Crack 2 eggs and add them into the pan as well. Stir everything together like the previous day until the rice is yellow before dumping in our Mapo tofu into the mix. To that, we will also add in 2 teaspoons of MSG and our chopped leek or green onion. Sprinkle even more pepper just to make sure that your white roommate will have a very hard time in the toilet later. Give everything a final mix on high heat. I could just pour this straight into my mouth, but we will need to plate up our dish first. As always, a nice parsley on top and a side of cucumber for decoration. And that's it for the Mapo Tofu Fried Rice, an amazing combination of 2 amazing dishes, one well known for its heat and flavor, and the other well known among the hipster vegan community. But I digress. The dish is spicy, flavorful, but best of all, every bite is satisfying in your mouth. The crispy tofu alongside with a helping of hot rice is wonderful combo. If you are vegan people, you can omit the minced meat, and if you are people who can't handle the heat, then you can omit some of the lau gang ma. Either way, I am sorry, but we cannot be friends. But that is it for the 8th day of the 12th day of fried rice. Tomorrow, we will follow up our food bashing momentum by visiting Mexico and cook ourselves a special fried rice dish. But until then, like always, I hope you all have a very nice day. Build yourself some model kit and cook yourself this delicious Mapo Tofu Fried Rice to pair it up with. And I will see you all next time.